Okay, you've been to court and you'll be spending some time in Broome Prison. Rules and regulations. There are many rules and regulations while you are in prison, and this video will give you information on how this prison operates so you won't get confused or get into trouble. Broome Prison is a trustee prison. It is a minimum security prison which also houses remand prisoners and sentenced prisoners who are in transit to other prisons within the state. There are many different races here in Broome Prison: blackfellas, whitefellas, and Indonesians who all speak different languages. There are females and males in Broome Prison. Men and women have different areas where they can and can't go. A peer support prisoner can show you these areas. If you have countrymen in the prison, ask a prison officer if you can move into the same cell as them.
Okay, this is the cell where you will be living. Okay, this bed up here is yours.
If you are worried about family or yourself while you are in prison, there are people that can help you. Countrymen, prison staff, peer support prisoners, and Aboriginal visitors support. Phones. Now that you have arrived to the jail, you are entitled to one free phone call. This is an important phone call to tell your family and relatives where you are and what prison you are in. After this, if you want to contact family and friends by telephone, you must have money in your telephone account. This can be the money you brought to jail with you, money earned in jail as gratuities, or money brought in here or sent to you by someone outside the prison. No incoming calls will be accepted for prisoners. To put your numbers on the telephone, you will have to talk to the unit officer, who will help you fill in the right forms. There are two different forms. One is for your phone numbers, and the other is to put money into your phone account. Phone forms to put money on your phone account must be handed into the unit office prior to lockup and will be processed the following day by midday. Phone calls are for only 10 minutes. After making a call, you can't use the phone for another 10 minutes. Also remember that all of your personal phone calls are recorded. If you want to speak to a lawyer from Legal Aid or Aboriginal Legal Service, a free telephone call can be arranged without money in your phone account. Phone calls will also be given if you have someone in hospital, or if you need to talk to the police, the unit officer will assist you with these calls. Clothing. When you are brought into prison, you will be given a large bag from the reception area. This is your clothing bag. This bag has your basic clothing like shorts, long pants, shirts, singlets, and your underwear. You will also be given a cup, toothpaste, comb, blankets, sheets, and pillowcases. The laundry washes clothes every day except Saturdays. To have your clothes washed, you just have to leave your bag at the front of laundry and make sure your name is on the bag and all clothing. On Saturdays, all sheets and pillowcases are washed. Mattresses should be aired out by placing them outside your cell for the morning. Property. When you come to prison, all your outside clothes will be washed and stored in reception. There are rules about wearing jewelry in prison. Prisoners can only wear 2 pairs of earrings in their ears. Jewelry can be worn on the body, which is concealed by clothing, but reception staff must be told which parts of the body are pierced. Any jewelry kept by prisoners cannot be worth more than $200. This includes engagement rings, wedding rings, bracelets and necklaces. Jewelry removed from prisoners will be stored in reception-valued property. Small stereos that do not have detachable speakers are allowed in the prison and can be brought through town spends. Any major purchases made through town spends, such as electrical items and any items produced in education like artwork, must be placed on your property list by the reception officer. Daily routine. You will begin at 7 a.m. when your cell is unlocked. You can then get breakfast in the dining room between 7 and 7:30 a.m. After that, there is a cell inspection at 7:50 a.m. Be sure to clean your cell and make your bed properly. You have to remain in your cell for inspection. At 8:15 a parade is held and all prisoners are to line up on the basketball courts. From here, all prisoners are sent to their activity area, which can be work, education or programs. You are expected to be involved in an activity while you are in prison. The activity that you are involved in will affect your gratuity income. When you enter the prison, you are given level 5 grats, which is the lowest paid level, level 1 being the highest. If you refuse a job, you will not be paid and may lose other privileges. If you are sacked from a job or from education, you will not be paid for up to 2 weeks and may lose other privileges too. Inside the prison, there are many activities such as yard workers, kitchen workers, laundry workers, reception workers, education courses and programs. Just ask what activities are available. Work outside the prison is available for some prisoners and can include work at the courthouse, police station, and other places outside of the prison. This work, however, is only for those prisoners who have been assessed and have been found to be suitable for outside work. Work camps. There are 2 work camps attached to the Broome prison. One is located at Wyndham and the other at Derby. Minimum security prisoners can apply to be placed at either of these camps to live and work to complete their sentences. Working at the camp allows you to earn top money at level 1 pay and also more chance to gather traditional foods. It also usually makes it easier for your family to visit because you are closer to where they live. Meals. The prison officers announce the meals over the loudspeakers at 11:30 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. Unless you are a kitchen worker, you are not allowed to enter the dining room outside these times. If you want a cup of tea, there is a hot urn outside the kitchen and yard office. If you want snacks in between meal times, you must buy your own from the canteen. There is a prisoner head cook and a supervisor in charge of the kitchen. The prisoners bake bread and rolls daily, as well as prepare all the food. Illegal items. You are not allowed to have in your possession any illegal drugs or alcohol. If you are caught with any of these items, you could face penalties such as a transfer to another prison, where you will be further away from your families and relatives. You may also have other punishment imposed by the superintendent, such as being removed from outside work and no gratuities payment. Visitors. Maximum and medium security prisoners can have visits every day from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. When your visitors arrive, they will be asked for some identification like bank card or driver's license. If your visitor has no identification, the senior officer will decide whether you can have the visit. The senior officer can also approve special visits arranged outside visits hour. Minimum security prisoner visits are held from 2:30 to 5:30 p.m. Monday to Friday. On the weekend, they are held from 11 to 5:30 p.m. The visits area for the minimum prisoners is outside the front of the prison within the external wall, but sometimes they may be asked to show an officer their bags so they can be searched for any illegal items that you are not allowed to have. If your visitor is found in possession of any illegal items, your visit will be stopped and a strip search may be ordered. The police may be called to the prison and you or your visitor may be charged, fined or both. This also applies to medium and maximum security visits. Visitors can hand in money for you at any time. They can put up to $50 in your private cash and up to $100 on your phone account each week. Education. There are many courses offered at the Education Centre at various times, such as adult education in literacy and numeracy, and courses that are reflective of current skill shortages, and other vocational training that will assist people to get a job when they are released. There are also courses provided by outside organisations such as TAFE, and if you have previously started a course, you may be able to complete it while you are in prison. The Education Centre also caters to driver training to get you prepared to sit your learner driver test, but we cannot help you get an extraordinary license. Every prisoner will get to meet the education staff when they complete OH&S, which is a compulsory course. The education centre is open Monday to Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. to prisoners accessing education only. If you do not do education, you can go to the education centre after 2:30 p.m. And if you want to see the education staff, then you must make an appointment. The education centre closes at 3:30 p.m. Prison counselling service. Sometimes you might have problems that you need to discuss with a professional counsellor or in confidence. These problems might be about things happening in prison or outside with your family and friends. You might be feeling a bit stressed and worried. Sometimes it can be helpful to talk about these worries with someone who might be able to help you cope. All you have to do is ask any prison officer, medical, educational, or any staff person for a referral to the prison counsellor. Programs. Many people who come to prison have problems with drugs and alcohol and controlling anger. These things often lead people to commit offences, with some people finding it hard to stop drinking and being violent. Whilst in prison, you have an opportunity to get professional help to look at ways of dealing with your problems in a much better way. If you are interested in doing a program, you can speak to any staff member who will refer you to the program department. If you are asked by the prison to do a program, it would be wise to consider doing one, because this may help you to get an early release to parole and also help you to settle back down when you do get released to freedom. Canteen. To purchase goods or items, you will have to fill out a form. To purchase things from town like stereos, magazines, CDs and DVDs, you will have to fill out a C63 form, which you can get from the yard office or by asking another prisoner. To purchase items from the canteen or town, you must make sure you have enough money. If you do not have enough money, your item will not be purchased. The items that you can buy from the prison canteens are displayed on all prison notice boards and the yard office door. Some items for sale at the canteen are smokes, drinks, shampoos, soap, etc. There are certain days that you have to put your spend slips in. You have to have your canteen spend slips in by 8 a.m. Mondays and Thursdays. You will receive your item on Tuesdays and Fridays. To receive town spends, you have to place your C63 form into the canteen by 8 a.m. Monday and pick up your items on Wednesday. Recreation. The prison has an activities officer who will organize sport and other activities. This officer is also responsible for the recreation equipment in the prison. From Monday to Friday, prisoners go out to recreation and may exercise for 1 hour. They play football or walk around the footy oval or practice in other organized activities. The officer taking you will tell you what you can or can't do. On Saturdays and Sundays, prisoners can go to recreation in the morning and afternoon. They sometimes go to the beach or to the footy oval. Basketball is played inside the prison. Prisoners have their own teams and compete against each other. Sometimes outside games against other town teams are organized, and every so often prisoners can go on fishing trips. Medical. If at any time you feel sick or unwell, you can see the officers at the gate who will write your name in the medical book. Or after your nursing health admission, you will be issued with an appointment card which can be placed in red boxes situated outside the clinic or in security. Depending on how sick, you will be seen as soon as possible or the next day by a nurse. You are not allowed to enter the medical clinic unless you have been called. Prisoners who are on medication will be called to the clinic for their medicine prior to cell inspection in the morning and after the afternoon muster. Nighttime medication will be given out by the officers if required. A doctor comes into the prison on Tuesdays and Thursdays every week. Everyone will see a doctor within 1 month of coming to prison, depending on your health needs, with the sickest seeing the doctor first. Women Support Officer. This prison has a women support officer to support female prisoners. This person helps female prisoners settle into the prison routine, coordinate women's programs and activities, mediates with prison management on behalf of female prisoners, ensures services are culturally and gender appropriate, and work towards ensuring the physical needs of female prisoners are acknowledged and addressed. Peer Support Officer. The Peer Support Officer provides assistance to both male and female prisoners. This person trains interested prisoners in becoming peer support prisoners. The peer support prisoners then support newly arrived prisoners and those needing personal assistance or have some problems with the prison or family. They can also help you write letters and fill out forms. Peer support prisoners can get help from the peer support officer to solve any problems they cannot solve themselves. The Office of the Inspection of Custodial Services. The Office of the Inspector of Custodial Services has people who visit the prison at times to speak to prisoners about their problems and treatment in the prison. You can also write to their office and make complaints to the inspector. Aboriginal Visitor Scheme. Aboriginal visitors come to the prison to help prisoners to maintain family contact and to refer matters to the right services. The visitors are also available to talk and listen to your worries, especially if you have a death or sickness in your family, or even if you are just feeling upset and alone, and will assist you in any way they can. They can come to the prison whenever they are called. Independent Visitor Scheme. The independent visitor is a person who visits the person once each month. Prisoners can make an appointment to speak with this person about their problems and any details about their treatment or sentence details. Re-Entry Link Program. The Re-Entry Link Program provides support to prisoners before and after release from prison to reduce reoffending behaviors and to encourage the adoption of law-abiding lifestyles. The re-entry officer visits the prison, offering welfare services and life skills information sessions, as well as transition planning and support prior to release. They then provide support for up to 6 months after release. Community Transitional Officer. The Community Transitional Officer works in the prison 3 days a week and helps offenders with understanding the parole process and advises on what is required in preparation for parole. This person also liaises with the re-entry people to assist offenders with welfare and social needs after release from prison. Grievances. If you feel that you have a problem such as funerals, bullying or harassment in the prison by other prisoners or prison staff, there's certain people that can help you. Prison support staff, prison officers, medical staff, Aboriginal visitors, or your countrymen. If you don't understand the person helping you, ask for an interpreter. At first, try and work your problems out with the people involved. If this is not possible, fill out a grievance form, which are located throughout the prison, and give it to the senior prison officer on duty. It will be given to the manager of the prison to see if it can be solved within the prison, or if this is not possible, it will be referred to head office. Prisoner telephone conversations with the Ombudsman are confidential and cannot be listened to by prison staff, and all correspondence to the Ombudsman is strictly confidential and is not opened by prison staff under any circumstances. Emergency procedures. Evacuation points are located at the front of the prison and the basketball court within the prison. Prisoners will be instructed to which evacuation point to go to in an emergency. The red alert cyclone procedure is that prisoners will be locked in their cells and issued with food and water and will not be unlocked until the red alert warning is lifted. If you do not understand or have questions about anything on this DVD, please see an officer.
I took a walk in my old town.